Hi guys, it's Alia. Welcome back to my channel. So it is hashtag tags with tux time. And as you know, it is an open collab that is co-hosted with Lolly and myself. And it's a collaboration that we do once a month, and it's uploaded on the first Thursday of every month, which is today. And oh my gosh, cat's got my tongue. And being an open collab means that anybody can participate with it. So again, it is hashtag tags with tux. And of course, I am going to leave in the description box below kind of like a little summary of what it is. But it's fun, you know, and it's only once a month. It's the first Thursday of every month. And basically all you're doing is making a tag and having some sort of tuck on it, whether it be, you know, a hidden tuck, an obvious tuck, any kind of tuck, but it's just kind of like a little step up from just a regular tag. So it is a tag, but it's going to have a tuck somewhere on it. So I hope to see everybody else participate in this because it is so much fun. All right, so I did do a little bit of brainstorming. Now, I recently did this little folio journal. And I still had, oh, let me put it over here. I still have the paper out on my desk. So I thought to myself, let's use this paper. I do know that I started to cut out some of the things that I think I want to use, you know, like in the tux. This one is a little bit big, but you know, I bet we can make it work. I do have a couple more things that maybe we can tuck into it, but this is going to be a book related fun, pretty tag with a tuck. Let me just see, because I know I want to use this as the base, but I'm doing tucks a little bit differently. So, you know what? So just so I don't get ahead of myself, let's first put the paper on. So, I feel like I haven't done one of these in such a long time. Oh, I have chocolate on my hand. I was eating some chocolate previous. Oh, and this is stuck. Where's my little unsticker? Yeah, I feel like I haven't done one of these tags with tucks in so long. I mean, technically it was last month, but it feels like forever ago. And sometimes when stuff kind of feels forever ago, I stumble a little bit in the beginning, kind of just getting to where I want to be. But no worries. We will, oops, hold on. I don't think, I might have to do a little bit of cutting on this. I don't think it's lining up just right. That's okay though. It happens. All right. So that is on there. Now, I had this little scissors, but I'm going to use this bigger scissors just to cut it out a tad. There we go. There's that one. I'm thinking I might know what I want to do, and I'm going to show you sort of what my vision is for this tag, and let's see how much of it we can put into action. Okay, so this is going to be like the main page, but I want what's it called? I've been watching a bunch of tutorials where they're making those little foldy things, where it's like almost like you make a triangle and then you fold one side in, but it makes kind of two tucks. I want to do that somehow here. So I'm going to have a smaller tuck here and a bigger tuck here. So we'll have one tuck here and then one tuck there. That's the plan. That is the plan. So let's see how much of this we can, I don't know, make come to life. But of course, got to do some inking. For a while, I was using different inks to ink the corners or the edges. I was using some pinks. What else was I using? But, you know, sometimes you just have to go back to the basics, because the basics for me is always just Ah, perfect. All right. So, hold on. I'm trying to get some of these pages out. Let me see if I can just pull some of this. Sorry, I keep sniffling. All right. Now, I was thinking, oh, you know what though? Actually, this might not work the way I am thinking. Just only because this one has people on it. Hold on. There's also, oh, here's another little cutout. If I did this and we did, okay, I'm going to use this one for part of it. And you know what? How about, okay, because I have two ideas. I have two straps here. So, hold on. I'm sorry. I think I was just, mushy at the camera. All right, so we're going to have one that can be behind here. So, but it's also like, hold on. I'm just trying to see how the colors come together. Or do we want this one? I think that maybe if I do, because this one is so close to this one here, like it's just, you know, different colors. This is a different thing completely from this, but then it's almost like, is it too much? You know what? I'm going for too much. I'm not even going to think about it. We're just going to do it. So if I am going to go, I think I want to go to like, you know what? Let's do this one first because the smaller one I want in the beginning. And I'm going to line it pretty much up to the bottom. And I want it to, I'm thinking there to there. All right, so I'm just going to freehand it and see what happens because this is a pretty long scissors. All right, so this one is going to go here. All right, so far so good. I like it. And then this one is going to come this way. All right, hold on. Getting a little bit turned around. So I want it, how about maybe right about, I'm going to do it there. I made a little mark because what I want to do is just cut it down a little bit so I'm working with a smaller piece and then I can hopefully figure it out from there. All right, so let's cut it down a little. Now this is going to be like this. This one, am I in frame? Oh yeah, is going to be like this, but I want to cut it this way. So let's do it from here to maybe right about there. Now, again, I'm just guesstimating. If it doesn't come out, that's fine. We'll try it again. But I think that we are pretty on topic. All right, so if this is going to go here, right? And then this one here will go down here. Oh, it's going to go over a little bit like that. And then also what I wanted to do is I want to put some trim on there because I think that will kind of class it up a little bit. And then maybe even trim on the bottom, but not really because I want to see this. Okay, but first, we're just gonna, and of course, I don't know if you're gonna actually see the inking. Well, actually on the sides you will, but on this part you might not, just because, you know. But I'm just going to ink everything just because whatever shows, shows. Whatever doesn't, doesn't. And, you know, that's all right. But at least I know it's all inked and it's all where it is supposed to be. All right. So now what I want to do is think about first. Okay, so that's going to go there. This one is going to go here. right? And actually, no, I'm going to glue them down first and then I'm going to put the trim. Okay, so this one I'm actually just going to do, I'm going to glue here and I'm going to glue here. Yeah, okay. So let's do that first. So we're going to glue this side here. And the bottom. Like so. Alrighty. And let's put that up. Okay, let me just, so I think we have a little excess here, which is okay. And let's see how that looks. And now this one, let me just double check. We're going to do here and here. And you know what? I am going to do here only because I don't think I want this. Hold on. Because I was going to say I don't really want it flapping open, but if this is down, would it really flap? No, I don't think it will. And I mean, worst case scenario, I can always stick a little bead of glue under there if need be, but I don't think I need be. I don't think that's actually how you say it. I don't think I need be. No. Well, you got my meaning. Alrighty, so go that, and that. All right, see, it is coming together. Okay, now I do have my, there was one that I wanted to use. It was this one, because I think that'd be really cute. Oh, yeah. Yep. All right, so let me just put this on. We're going to take our Fabri-Tac and glue this down. Maybe. Possibly. Am I in frame? Good. Okay. So let's get this right here. And I am going to use my little pink finger just to spread it downwards a little bit. Because this is, all right, hold on. Sorry. This is wider. So there we go. Perfect. All right. Now I get my trusty old scissors out. I love these scissors. They're just so clean cut. Like you just snip, snip, and snip. Okay. Beautiful. So now let's just make sure we're gonna go like this. And actually, you know what? It's right here. So what I'm gonna do, that way we know, just like that. Perfect. Okay. So this is coming along really fast. At first, when I first turned on the camera and I started, you know, mumbling around and not knowing what I was saying. Yeah, I definitely have that problem. I definitely stumble with my words right in the beginning. And I think it's just kind of getting, I don't know, back on camera and you're just kind of like, I don't know what I'm saying, because I definitely don't. Alrighty, so, but thank you always for bearing with me, because eventually I get my stuff together and I can talk like a regular human being again. All right, I'm going to put a little bit more just under here, just to keep it down just a little bit. So we're going to have that there, and a little bit here. Okay. And how about a little right here? Okay. Wow. So now, okay. I was thinking, do we want, no, we already talked about that. Never mind. Okay. So let's just see what it looks like if we start putting some stuff in here. So we have this one here. We can have actually this little one here. There was this one. Could do that there. And if we had, ooh, look at this one. Actually, I like that. Let me put this away. My fave. let's cut this one out carefully. Carefully. Oh no. Oh no. I don't know why I'm just so not great at cutting. Like, you think cutting is just, you know, a basic skill. Like, everybody learns how to cut when they're in, I don't know what, kindergarten or first grade or whatever. You know, you have those safety scissors that couldn't cut anything, but, you know, I don't know what happened. All right, so, ooh, look at this. But I'm wondering, you know what? Since okay, we're done with the trim, so I'm going to put that aside. But let's take a little look at the actual paper and see if there's anything else that maybe we could cut out to decorate a little bit. I mean, maybe not, but you know what? Let's just go through and just check. So these are, oh, what if we did a couple tickets? I'm going to just take this out just, you know, just in case. Let's see. There's the bookmarks. We have this. No. I really like this paper, and I think, and it's something different because it's a lot of bright colors, or not bright, but it's very colorful. And usually, you know, I like the grungy, oh, could be a good one, like the grungy, vintagey type pages or papers. But there's just something about this that I'm just really attracted to. Like, and maybe it's because there's so much pink in it, and you know, me and pink. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, hold on. I think, was that it? I was skipping some pages, but these were like bigger. Okay, yeah. No, we don't need those. All right, so moving too much stuff all around all at once. Okay. I want something maybe like here. These, I think not, just because those are like bigger things. But what if, all right, I have an idea. A little idea. Actually, if we just cut out, see these little ones at the very end? And okay, let's see. This we don't need. But I was thinking of just cutting out. Hold on. See, the hardest thing about cutting out these little tickets is these little corners. And actually, you know what? This might be the same size as a hole punch. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, I lost a piece of my handle. Oh my gosh. All right. So, okay. Yeah, that works. I'm just going to cut this down a little bit. All right. Oh my gosh. Why is this like... I've had this for so long. I think it's just so old that this rubber is now just letting go. Like, please retire me. I can't take it anymore. Well, actually, I don't know if that's what it's saying, but possibly. It's a possible. It is possible. All right, so let's just try to cut these out now. Do a little cutting there, little snippety snips, a little snippety snippers. And okay, so my idea is kind of like to make a little, oh wait, it should be like this, admit one. Ooh, I like that. Okay, hold on. Guess what we're going to do? Oh, you'll never guess. Never in a million years. Oh, did you say we're going to ink? Yeah, okay, you guessed it. Just joking. Just a joking. Okay, and one more. And let's see. All right, so even if it's like, ooh, like this. All right, I don't know how I'm going to glue these because I want them just like this. All right, so let's glue that and let's glue that. Oh, that was a lot of glue. Where's my paper? Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, it's everywhere. Jeez Louise. Can't take me gluing. All right. So I am going to actually put a bunch of glue just right here. And we're just going to kind of... Am I in frame? Okay, good. I want to kind of just... Perfect. Just like that. All right. Let me hold this for a second and we're going to stick some more glue. But I actually like this, and it's kind of going like, again, outside the box for me because I am completely over the, you know, sticking out part. All right, let's put another little dabble duty right under there just to give it some extraness. Alrighty, so that is actually stuck on, but I think we need to stick on a little bit more, maybe like right there. Okay. Ooh, I like this idea. All right, let's just give it a second and then let's take a look. Okay. So make sure this can still come in and out, and it can. Oh my gosh. All right. So, hold on, because you know me, I get weird ideas as, not weird, but like stuff just kind of, you know what? I want to do something with this. Hold on. And actually, I think I know exactly what I want to do. Okay, give me a second. Let me just get this out. Okay, so let's take these out just for a minute. This is a last minute thing because we have some empty space that I want to utilize right here. Okay, so I am going to cut, and again, when I do cuts like this, it's really just chop, I'm not measuring, I'm not hoping that anything is lined up, but I am making sure that everything is inked. But what I was thinking, yeah, I'm just going to kind of like glue them down. Oh, this is going to be so cool. Wait, that's not really nice of me to... Am I bragging? I don't want to brag. But sometimes I get excited and I'm like, oh my gosh, yes. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. If I do sound too braggy, I do apologize. I don't want to sound braggy. But I just get very carried away and very excited when I'm crafting. Especially when, you know, you think of that last minute idea and you're like, oh my gosh, yes. That's me. I get excited. Okay. I'll get this one here. I'm actually completely off topic. Well, not really. Since I'm having such a good time with inking with different colors, so this one is kind of like, it's like a glittery, it's pigment ink stamp pad glaze shades. So I don't know, but pure, I want to get more colors like this, but that are sparkly. So if anybody has good suggestions, you know, whether it be Michael's or Amazon or something like that, I would like to get a couple more colors that are sparkly colors like that. But at the same time, I really don't want to pay an arm and a leg for them. Because I feel like as much as I love the, you know, the, is it Ranger or Tim Holt? Ranger, I think. Ink pads, all the distress inks and stuff. Those little pads are really expensive. And I am not made of money. So it's kind of like, I don't want to necessarily say a treat, but it's not something I can, you know, buy when I start to run out. But I've noticed that ink pads are pretty inexpensive. And so I'm thinking of going that route, just using ink pads. And it's funny because I always like I don't know. Sometimes I have trouble and I don't know how to describe it. I want to say the closest I can describe it is like I have trouble sometimes thinking outside of the box with different things. Um, and I'll give you an example, and I used this example before. If something, all right, I'm just going to say, if this needed to go here, but see how it's too big, I wouldn't use this because I wouldn't think enough, oh, I can cut it down to fit on the page. Like for some reason, my brain doesn't work that way. So I get really excited when I do stuff like this. And I'm kind of just for myself going out of the norm. So when I first started out, you know, when you wanted to ink your edges, you use the Ranger, Tim Holtz, whatever it is, oxidized inks, stains, or whatever they're called. And that was it. Not until I started watching what Lolly was using on her inks on her corners. Now, she does have the Ranger inks and stuff, but she also uses regular ink pads. And I was like, ding, 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 ding. You know, that little light bulb flashed above my head. And it's almost like, duh. Obviously, it's basically the same thing. It's just one has, you know, the fancy name. It's Distress Oxide, where the other one is ink pad. But they do the same thing. If you want to ink the edges, you can use A, you can use B, you can use C. It doesn't matter because it's doing the same thing. So, yeah, it's so funny how my brain doesn't always grasp the concept of thinking outside the box, especially when I first started attempting to create a junk journal, because I came from the mini album world where everything was measured 3 times, then cut, had to line up, had to do this, had to do that. So the junk journal world is completely opposite. It's like, oh, if my line is crooked, it's crooked. Oh, if the pages is ripped, it's ripped. And I had a hard time with that, number one. And number two, I couldn't for the life of me figure out how I can bind a book, like, you know, do the simple 3-hole pamphlet stitch. And, you know, everybody had these special pokey tools. And I was like, oh my gosh, I can't do it. And I think back now and it's just like, if you had a needle, you could do it. If you had a tack, you know, like a tack or a thumbtack for the board, you could do it. It's just something sharp that will make a hole in paper. But I used to get the most anxiety, and it's so hilarious to think back now, trying to figure out, oh my gosh, how can I make holes to bind the thing? I can't do it. Oh my gosh, junk journaling isn't for me. And I almost went back to doing mini albums. And I'm glad that I didn't. Well, not glad that I didn't go back to mini albums, but I'm glad that I didn't give up on junk journaling because now it's one of my most favorite things. I mean, I started with the paper bag journals. I went to mini albums. Then I went obviously to junk journals. So in like between everything, I really, honestly, I did like the paper bag journals. And even today, I from time to time, I will still do a paper bag journal. Not the way that I used to, but I still use paper bags to make journals. And I love junk journals. So, you know, everybody has their own little learning curve. And mine is a lot wider than most. You know, I take a little bit longer to catch on. But once I catch on, oh boy, I love it. All right, so enough talking. Oh my gosh, I've been rambling and rambling. You guys are probably like, enough, Aaliyah, enough. But look at this. Look at the base. So we have here, books are pure magic. I love books. You know that I read between 2 and 3 books a week because I just get so addicted. I love reading. And right now, my 2 favorite authors are James Patterson, which everybody, I'm pretty sure, knows who James Patterson is, and another one, Harlan Coben. Those are my absolute 2 favorites. So I read a James Patterson book, and then I read a Harlan Coben, and then I go back and forth. And then between those, I do read Jonathan Kellerman. I just actually finished one of his books right before I started this. I've been trying to get into, oh gosh, and now what is her name? I don't, oh my gosh, why can't I remember? Well, there's this one author that I have been trying to get into. And her books are hit or miss. I either really love it or I really don't. And a new author that I came across, Tammy Hogue. I got one of her books. I haven't read it yet, but her book is on my to-do list. But yes, so this little tag here with all the books and everything, I absolutely love it. All right, so we have books are pure magic. So we have the tuck here, and then we have the tuck there. We have our little bookshelf here, our words there, and then our little book lovers club tickets. And now let's put our little, I guess they're kind of like bookmarks, really. We'll put our little bookmarks into the tuck spots. There we go. And then we'll put this one in here and put this one in here. Oh my gosh. So that is my little book / reading themed hashtag tags with tucks tag for the month of September. And guys, I know I really rambled in this video. I do apologize, but sometimes when I get going, I just get going. But I hope you guys enjoyed watching me create this tag. I did have a lot of fun, and you know, books are my thing. So I hope it gives you inspiration too to make yourself a tag or to come along and participate in our open collab. Again, all the details for it will be in the description box below, but it's pretty simple. All you have to remember is it's once a month. It's the first Thursday of every month, and in your title, just don't forget to put the hashtag tags with tucks, and then also if you could just tag both Lolly's and my channel, that way we get notification that you uploaded a video, and then we can go over and watch what you created, because that's my favorite part. And I know I say that all the time, but regardless of what I make, I look forward to seeing, number one, what Lolly makes, and number two, what other gals, you know, participate in it, because there are just so many different types of tags and entries that we see that it's just so fun. And it's just like, it's just a pleasure to watch everybody, you know, use their creativity and make their little tags with tucks. It's definitely fun. So I hope you guys come along and join us either this month. I mean, you can still upload a video, doesn't matter, or next month, because you have now, between now and October, or the first Thursday in October, to create a tag as well. All right, guys, so that is it for this video. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed it. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye.